want my. I don't know. I feel like I want my barber a cup and a half of Henny in.
You'd rather have him a cup and a half of Henny
not like
in,
a whole cup, but a drink and a half of Henny in.
rather than nah.
This is right at the optimal confidence level. Like, got a little sauce in me. That's when they start hitting you. Instead of hold on 1 second. Clip is all cold and shit. Nah, I want to be the first. I want to be the first cut of the day, or the last.
Still doing it, but he still got it. Yeah, it's too much.
Mm.
He hasn't eaten yet.
Is your mic on? Yeah.
Mike, check.
Mike.
Miggity mic check.
Wait,
1
Bub
2
back?
1 2. See, he's talking about being in the chat. He don't even know what Bub at.
Yeah, you guys.
Wait, tell him. This is the reason why I haven't had my headphones on. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Juan's not here.
This is why I said I had a replacement. Well, not a replacement. I found somebody to fill in for him, but she's playing, so we're about to start.
Holy shit.
Yeah, nah. He put in his vacation slip. He put in the vacation slip.
I think I do remember that.
Work related.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. Cali too.
Damn.
Nice little trip. A Cali trip the week of your birthday to come back to a Doctor Strange party.
Yes, sir.
That's a good week.
I'm excited. I can't wait for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I've been hearing some negative reviews too, which I don't know how people have already seen the shit, but
Hearing negative reviews?
yeah.
I only got 78 or 79 on Rotten Tomatoes. So.
Well, I don't really go by.
How does that work? Do people have like exclusive privileges?
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely pre-screenings.
Okay. And
Definitely.
critics get to go see those pre-screenings? Because those other two guys used to go to those other two.
Siskel and Ebert?
Yeah, they used to do that, right? They used to go to the pre-screen and then... Okay.
I don't know. I think it's going to be hard at this point to like disappoint me, for Marvel to disappoint me.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange, though. That first Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Then after everything that's happened after that first... It feels like that first Doctor Strange kind of like...
Opened up the universe.
It just... Yeah, man. It just opened some shit up. And then everything has happened after that first Doctor Strange. And now there's a second one. And it's almost like, is it going to be a sophomore... What do they call it? A
Sophomore slump.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Let's see. I sat through Black Widow.
I did not. She is the most worthless Avenger there is, so I'm not going to watch
She
that.
got hands, man.
Worthless Avenger. Like the comic book Avenger, she has powers. In the movie, she doesn't have any powers, but she just fights. She's the most worthless Avenger. I would never waste my time to watch that movie.
Wait, isn't that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
Maybe I should watch that.
I like how you call it Johansson. Johansson. Like you give it a South African pronunciation.
Oh, it's not South African?
I thought it was Scarlett Johansson.
That's what I thought it was.
You say Johansson.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
You gave it that line. Scarlett Johansson. That was nice. That was sexy. But she got skinny on me.
No butt. What? She don't have a butt anymore?
She's still form perfect, but she thinned out ever since she got with Colin Jost.
Oh man.
But yeah, Scarlett Johansson used to be that. Ooh, her and what's the other one? Is it Jessica Biel?
Jessica Biel.
Right.
No, not. Is it Biel?
Is that the one with Chuck and Larry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the movie to reference too.
That was my WWC's
Yeah.
white women crushes for sure.
I don't remember Jessica Biel.
Was it she the one with?
She was dating Justin Timberlake. Yep, at some point.
I thought they got married.
Did they?
I thought they're together.
I don't know. I don't really do celebrity shit, so I just know that she was always beautiful. So
Yeah, she built right.
All right.
Effortlessly slim thick.
Well, I didn't say I'm rushing it. I didn't say it was rushing it.
Right.
I didn't say it was rushing it. And I'm just.
I think I'm more about forgiving and falling in love with myself right now.
All right.
Yeah. That's not.
I like that.
So it's still inviting love.
That's not a bad thing.
But
I still like that.
It's the only love with no obligation to someone else.
Right. Sometimes that's necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
And just That's big to hear from my man, and we're not talking about no toxic shit either.
No,
because that was just feeling like it was like I wanted that experience, but here it's like now I'm ready to open up. And
keep that toxic shit away from me, man.
That toxic shit away.
Episode 188. Bro, okay, yo, I still can't believe Bub is not here. I completely. Maybe I didn't read the text message.
We didn't factor it into like this week, like with everything going on. Just didn't remember. It's this Wednesday.
Oh yeah, today.
And happy early birthday to him.
Right? Are you guys allowed to do that? I heard the Spanish people don't do that.
Do what?
Early birthday wishes. And there's like a superstition or something like that. Like
I'm not the most typical Spanish person that there is.
Yeah,
so.
Y'all niggas know y'all be in that.
That should be rocking though. When they pull that shit out.
Listen, I'm with all of it. I'm just not I'm not a practicing member, but I'm with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen. Yo, when me and Shorty went to DR and they were like, "Oh, we dance in the streets at night," I was like, "What?" Yeah, we just gonna dance in the streets at night.
Rhythm of the night, baby.
And motherfuckers came out of no place and just guitars and drums and
no, when that comes out,
that shit came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, people just dancing with light towels around their waist. Get the fuck out of here, bro! That was fantastic.
Yeah, so that was a DR. Shit just turned into a scene from Moana.
That's hilarious.
The town folk came out and flooded the streets.
Flooded the streets. It looked like a movie or something.
The Heights.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
That's beautiful.
100%.
My man, open up to love again. Damn.
Yeah, no, I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. Like I said, something which I won't say on the air, but something over the weekend progressed, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I'm good. Maybe I'm good.
So is it more of a is it pointed to as a result of a particular person, or is it just self-awareness that like
both?
Oh, I'm getting like
both
emotional.
Both.
Right.
Both.
Both. Just wait. Hold on. Where's the ice box where my heart used to be?
100%. Yeah. So I was like, and then as as that song goes on and talking about "Lie to Me," as I'm growing and just being more, I guess, blunt is the word, but more just being honest, especially when it comes to being honest with women. Like this is a whole different ball game for me. Like just saying what. And not in like an offensive way,
nope.
But just
your authentic self. Being
me and saying exactly how I feel. It's something that I've never ever done. Never ever done. Or never even think that I would be able to do.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of a large part of my history where I wouldn't say the things that truly represented what I thought, but just the convenient things that want to be heard.
Yep, and that's one of the conversations that I had over the weekend. It was like I would never say this because I'm trying, especially again when it comes to women, it's like I'm trying. I guess at a certain point, I was trying to impress instead of being me and trying to impress. So that's what I meant by just being authentic. Now it's like this is how I am, and not that you have to take it or leave it, but this is how I am. And I mean, we can grow together, but I'm showing you who I am now, so that you can decide whether you like this or not.
And it also opens up the door for the individual or whoever it is to be themselves. Yeah. And then you can decide for yourself whether or not this is.
And that's a big thing of that. What you just said is that is the room that I'm trying to create. If you like, you know what I mean? I'm being honest. I'm being real. I want you to do the same.
I question how much of that is like, I don't know, the action of saying the things that are nice to be heard versus how I really feel. Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it manipulation? Because part of me is like, well, if I say exactly how I really feel, I don't know if this person's going to like me. I don't know if this person's going to like me like that.
Yeah.
Or is it if I don't say what I really feel, then I'm kind of like molding her response to me, but it's not real. That's where my guilt kind of comes in.
What would you say? I guess I've never felt that way. What would you say that you don't think would be nice if you were keeping it real. It's like if you were saying something how you really felt. Like, what would you say it'd be?
I'll give you a prime example.
Yeah.
I miss you, Reem. It feels good to be missed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I get that. I get that.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to being, oh, I miss you too.
Right.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, I really wasn't thinking about missing you.
Yeah.
But because I don't want you to feel like left hanging, or I don't want the conversation to be awkward. Yeah, I miss you too.
Nah, man, I'm gonna shoot you down.
I'm here.
I'ma shoot you
I think Al's. That's what we're talking about.
I'm not gonna shoot you down and leave you shot down. I'm gonna shoot you down and make sure you fall on the pillow. But I'm gonna shoot you down. Like, that's not how I work. You met me at a crossroad, and there's a gap now in our communication because now I feel like I have to do something that pleases you but confuses the fuck out of me.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to do. You know, so you caught me off guard. Like, I wasn't there yet. This is, wait. I just saw you. I don't know. We just saw each other yesterday. I didn't have time. Like, I don't know.
See, that's that guilt factor I'm talking about. Like, you have the ability to say, like, oh, I'm confused. I can take a step back. Me, I hear I miss you previously. I hear I miss you. And I immediately computed to just be like, respond back with I miss you too, because that's just a nice thing to say.
That's what you're
you know, okay.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't do it with love.
Yeah.
I have that ability. Like, I love you. But I miss you just seems like, well, all right. But now I feel guilty.
Same way. Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't do that.
But now I feel guilty when it's I miss you, and it's just like, well, it feels good to be missed.
That's a good answer.
It's a
real answer. It's a real answer.
It's a real answer. It's a good answer.
But now
I'm shooting you down, though.
But now,
hey, I don't know what to say. Abort. I don't know what to say. I'm done. I'm out. We're gonna have to talk about this because I don't know.
I don't want to come off like an asshole.
This is a level. I don't know where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to? I feel like I'm supposed to say something that's gonna be dishonest, and I don't want to be dishonest.
Right.
So, should we have a conversation? Like, what's going on?
Right. Again, I mean, the intention is not to come off. I'm not coming. I'm like, there's no intent to be like hurtful. It's just this is how I am. I am at the current moment. Is like I'm not. But again, I'm not trying to be hurtful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a guilt aspect. But to your point earlier, I think I'm coming to terms with, like, you know what? I like who I am. The honest version. It's removing the belief that you need to present like a certain level of perfection, like an image of it.
Okay.
Is freeing.
Freeing is a great word.
It's freeing.
Yeah.
It was a little different because expectations for me have been high my whole life. Yeah, through fault of, well, just because of my work ethic and my parents. Like, my brother can get a 75 average. I had to have an 85 average.
Damn, why you get the shit today?
They scaled it based on like what we think you're capable of and what he's capable of. And at the time, I can see how it made sense to them.
Your older brother.
Yeah.
How did they come up with that though? Like, what's the scale?
It was just like, you know, like, this guy comes home, he does 2 hours of homework and he gets like a 78 on his test. This guy come home and he does 25 minutes of homework and he gets a 92. So it's like, I can't force you to get up
but
here.
Is that a measuring stick though? Like, you are doing two different types of homework and people learn at different rates. That's crazy.
I only have one kid, but I think it's okay to love them all equally but differently. And with that is going to come different expectations. I mean, you could beat them all, but there's only going to be one Michael Jackson. The others is going to have that beignet all pasted on his fucking face because he's trying to keep up with Mike. You know, he's looking crazy at 68. But, you know, that idea of like, don't show your imperfections, even if it's easier. I'm done with it. It's just like, fuck it. This is it. It's how I feel. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying, and I intend to do no harm. Like, to your point, I
That's
what we gonna do?
right. That's the big thing for me. It's like I'm not trying to do harm. I'm just being me. This is who I am.
And you could go full secession too, like fuck off. Right? You could go with the fuck off. I'm like, I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. It's cool.
100%. That's the same thing I say. Same thing I say. It's like that same energy. If that's how you feel, tell me that's how you feel. All right, I gotta accept that.
Are you finding that, like, surprisingly, this authentic version is actually being well received?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe yes. Probably more yes than no.
Right.
But I wouldn't have any expectations because I would never think that I'd be doing this. So I guess that's kind of why it's hard for me to say yes or no. But it is weird to say whatever the fuck I want to say and be like, oh, that's how you accepted it. I think it's dope.
I think that I'm enjoying the response of like, well, you told me.
How do you guys deal with someone that you completely disagree with? That two parts that you do love, that's like family, and someone that you just know. How do you deal with someone? And it doesn't have to be any specific topic, but just something that you're passionate about that you two just don't see eye to eye on. How do you deal with that?
Like,
or how would you deal with that?
A family member versus a regular? No. I politely excuse myself from the person. I agree to disagree. Could care less. I'm never going to have to speak to you again if I don't want to. Mm-hmm. Family member, I think it's easier to get into a more heated discussion because there's family in history. But I think it's okay to disagree as long as you give the opportunity to hear and be heard. It's easier said than done, but that would ultimately be my goal. Is like, all right, I heard you. You heard me. We still don't agree. And as long as it's not nothing crazy, if you owe me money, nigga, you owe me money. There's nothing else to talk about. But
I don't know if there are things that I have lost relationships over, but I don't know how to answer that question. Like, I don't know if I care enough about people's opinions outside of the people that I love or the people that love me. I don't know if I care enough about their personal opinions. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really...
Like, if they walk... When you say lose the relationship, are you talking about, like, well, they're still so far left in their opinion, they don't want to fuck with me, and that's okay?
No, I'm all for the love of it, man. There's a point of it where if I start to see that there's no love in there anymore, and there's something that does not equate to love, then I can do without. Right. Because to me, love is just bigger than that. So I don't know how to answer that. Like, if I love you, love is bigger than your fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you say your opinion, you're also including yours. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't want to ever sound like I'm enforcing my opinion. I'm on a podcast, so I want to be heard and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't want 97 every day. That's my word. Exactly. But I don't ever want to sound like I'm enforcing my opinion. It's just a fucking opinion that I have, and if you love me, you know how strongly or how not strongly I feel about it, and if you don't, then it's just a fucking opinion. But it's that type of thing. Like, I don't think it changes the relationship that I would have with you if you had a different opinion of me. If you had a different opinion than me, I think it would make it more interesting. Like, I wish there was someone in our multiple group chats that was a Trump supporter, because that would make it very interesting for me. For me, and I know that it probably wouldn't make it very interesting for them. But for me, I have a lot of questions. Right. You know Tell me how you got here. Equally for a full Biden supporter, I have a lot of questions. Yeah. Like, I have a lot. So it would be interesting, because I value those type of opinions depending on how intelligent they are, or even if they're fucking emotional opinions. Like, I want to hear that shit. I don't know. I think it's interesting.
And that's why I was asking, because it's like, and I wasn't, but that was a good topic to get on, because not to stay on that topic. I wasn't trying to get on the political topic, but just disagreeing with somebody you love is like, I don't know. I don't think that I would lose love, but I mean, if I'm passionate about something and you are on the opposite end and we just not seeing eye to eye, I don't know, man. That might affect us. Oh, it might affect me.
I'm trying to come up with a scenario, and the only thing I can think of where it's someone I love, and it'd have to be something strong.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It has to be something strong.
How you raise your kid. Right? That's something that I take great pride in, and I take great pride in knowing that the men that I'm around are, passionate fathers. So if you're a father and a friend that I love, you know what I mean? But I see you slacking in that area based on what I consider, the standard for being a father. Or vice versa, you see it in me. I can see how somebody would strongly disagree with my opinion. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you think about this, that, and the third, and I'm going to do it my way. This is my kid. And I'm like, well, I still don't agree with it. I love you, but if I'm being human and I'm being honest, there's some part of me that's like, I don't respect it as much. I don't respect your stance on it. I love you, but I don't respect your stance on it. And I can see how that would be that little thing where you're like, the love's not lost, but something is a little off.
Right.
I could see that, but that's.
But it's still none of my business in a way.
Well, it's none of my business because I create boundaries in my life. So.
No, fuck that. It is your business. If you're watching me and you see that I'm not raising I need you to tell me that, yo. This
But it doesn't have to be that great where you're doing something that's so detrimental. You can just be parenting in a way that is foreign to the way I would think to do it.
Exactly. Okay. And that's what I was getting to. Like, unless your opinion or your way of living affects other people I love or the way I want to live my life, fam.
Right.
Live, man. As a matter of fact, I want both of us to interact even more now because you're living a fascinating life.
You can learn
and
from
I've
the
said
contrast.
this to family members, like, you're living a fascinating life that I would never live. First and foremost,
I
would never do it. I would never do it. But I also want to know, how do you do it?
Right.
How is it that you get by?
It doesn't keep you here.
How do you do this shit? And how do you stay like, yo, I'm chilling.
Hey. And tomorrow we're going to do the exact same shit.
But it's always love, man. It's always love. I always try to think about it like, at least for me, and I know I don't expect anybody else to feel this way, but for me, it's like love comes first. And if I love you, then what you're doing, unless it's affecting me or others, again, like if you're raising your kid the wrong way, then it's like, I gotta call Alex and see what the fuck is going on. But unless it's that, like, yo, your difference is maybe educational to me because I may be so stuck in my ways that I'm thinking that this is the fucking way.
Right.
And the only way. And that's the reason why I try not to get emotional about certain things, because it may be an example of me being stuck in that particular way or in that particular genre or in that particular opinion. I may be so stuck that I don't see that there are other things happening that are either beyond my control or
that's it,
or completely different than what my opinion is about the situation.
I think you just hit it, because love is probably the biggest aspect, but it's that innate human nature to want to control things, people. To your point, if you have a different lifestyle or a different approach about things, if I release the control in me of it, then it really wouldn't bother me. But I'm sitting here like, I want to have some aspect of control in it because you're my man. I love you. So it's like, you have 2 kids. How come you're not making them have both 85s?
Right.
Right? Like that could be your stance. And you're looking at my parents like, yo, why you got one at 75 and one at 85?
Right.
Because you're kind of like projecting your ideas in a manner of control onto someone else, and it's someone else that you love. I think that I think love would be in a lot more of abundance if we could get over the want to control things that we really don't have control over or should have control over, especially other people.
Or know anything about.
Right.
Like I can't front and assume I know anything about anybody else's life. I'm so fucking consumed with getting my own shit together in my own fucking brain, bro. Like I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm so consumed with my own demons and my own fucking brain. You think I can have any fucking chance to really understand what anybody else is really going through? Like, unless they're telling me, or unless we're talking about it, like, come on, man. Like, it's craziness. It's craziness for me to be so passionate about. And I'm not saying it's craziness. I'm just saying for me, I don't have it in me to be so passionate about. I don't want to, I should say, because maybe I do have it in me, and I haven't finished working on myself. I don't want to have it in me to be so passionate about something where we can't have a conversation now. Like, yo, I can't even talk. Like, fam, I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
The way I'm standing on this right now, I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
Trying to die on this hill.
I'm dying on this shit right now, dog. I don't even want to talk. I don't know how helpful. I don't want personally, and maybe this is too personal to share. I don't want to be that unhelpful to the people that I love, where I'm shutting them off from wanting to feel comfortable about bringing something to me. That'll be the worst feeling in the world for me. It's for somebody to be like, well, that motherfucker didn't feel comfortable talking to you because you blah 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 blah. Like,
right.
Fuck. I gotta change my whole demeanor now.
No, I tried to go to Dave once before. They don't give a fuck about
Motherfuckers don't care about motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers don't care about motherfuckers.
That's what it is.
That is one of my fears going into this date and shit. That is one of my fears. That one of them women is gonna say something that I don't like, and I have to deal with. To your point, you're a Trump supporter. Now I gotta take this in, and what do I do with this information now?
You guys gotta go to the voting polls together and watch her go left and you go right, and then go out and get lunch after.
There were so many things at the beginning of this shit.
Now you can align your priorities a little more.
I was like,
no, that was a small bad example.
I'm just fucking with you.
There were so many things that at the beginning I was like, are you torturing yourself on purpose, or are you seeing how far you can go before you're like, you know what? Yo, so many obstacles of ideas and ideals and ways people lived and the way of the world because of the way she was raised versus the way that I was. There was so many. Stop right there.
Style clashes.
Right there. What do you mean?
Whoa.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Because the way that I took it was probably completely different. What do you mean by that? Have you any experience with that? Have you spoken to anybody about that? Have you read about that? Like, how did you get that? You just heard that shit?
Well, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
You just heard this shit? So it took a while for you. But at the same time, it's like, once we're having those conversations, am I getting somewhere?
You're building understanding now.
Or am I getting, whatever, I'm out. What am I getting? You know what I'm saying? And if I'm getting somewhere, then, hey, we're having conversation now.
Doesn't that take a certain level of maturity with, let's say, or in each other as partners to be able to say, whoa, let's stop talk to me and tell me what that really means.
30-year-old Dave would never say,
would have just responded back like, bitch, you sound stupid. Sound fucking stupid. Dumbest shit I ever heard, man. Fuck out of here.
This is the fucking
You're not thinking about the way she was raised.
You may have not have read a motherfucking book in your entire fucking life.
Oh, movie watching bitch.
Fucking dumbass.
Learn from a biopic.
Yeah.
30-year-old Dave would have been completely disrespectful, dog.
So I think that's a good point to bring up, to just to have the ability to say, stop, please explain to me where you're getting that from, versus reacting to it with what you know or what you feel.
Because I had to identify what my feeling was. Like, why do I feel like I have to stop this conversation, right? Like I don't, like, why do I feel like my emotions are rising? Like immediately, why do I feel that? You know what I'm saying? I feel that because the way my interpretation is about what was just said. So wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Because depending on what you mean, we may be having a conversation, right?
Right. Like
so now I need to,
a fork in the road conversation.
Right. Whereas before it was like I would trust the emotion, right? So I would be like, I'm getting hot, so that must mean that it's time to go.
Yeah, heat up.
Time to, hey, no, it's wild out. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, nah, something's happening, and I'm not looking for this emotion,
right,
from you.
But you're bringing it out.
You're bringing it out,
right?
So what do you mean by that? Because I need to understand myself.
Right.
Now I need to understand why this is an unexpected emotion that I'm not necessarily looking for in this conversation, or that I wasn't ready for. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that came out of nowhere.
Stop. Wait a minute.
No, stop.
So is that where you would pause the conversation and get back to it at a later date, or
No,
just
there. Right there. Hold on.
Right there. We already talking.
And I'm breathing too. I'm like, hold on. Explain that.
I want to listen.
I want to listen, and I want to like calm myself down, because emotions are hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to have a strong opinion about something. Somebody else challenge that strong opinion, and then you find yourself at a crossroad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, especially if you're like, maybe I'm wrong about this.
Right. Yeah, now you got to fight that too.
Now you got to be like,
I've been thinking about this shit for forever. Right. Got me.
Yeah. So that's like, I think that's important for people to understand. All right. It's important for me. It was very important for me to understand what that was like and what that felt like to be put against the ropes, and what it felt like for me to do that to myself. Like, I felt like in some cases, the person wasn't trying to put me against the ropes. They were just trying to explain themselves.
Right. That was just them being them.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't yeah, exactly. They're not trying to combat me. They're just trying to bring out their point or whatever. So it's like, all right, then we should be able to have a conversation. Even if it's a tense conversation, it shouldn't escalate past fucking 4 or 5, but we should recognize, oh shit, we're at 4 or 5 right now. We can keep it here, and it could be a cool conversation,
a learning moment,
and then it could turn into a learning moment where we can still leave as separates from an opinion perspective,
right? But
at least if somebody else gave me your perspective, I'd be like, oh, okay,
I've heard that before.
Okay. So you may not be an evil person. You just have A, B, C beliefs, or you just have these types of, or you were just raised this type of way, or you just seen this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I probably would go further and say, it's like not raised or seen this type of thing, just differently from me.
Right. Exactly.
Right. It's not a type of way. It's just not the way that I was. Right. You know. And I think there's room to, shit. The world needs it. There's room for acceptance, and it's not, and it doesn't have to be like surrender. Like, acceptance and surrender should be two different things.
Even if Drake slides into your girl's DM?
Fam.
Oh, that's totally acceptable.
You're accepting that?
Yeah. If I was dumb enough to go on his page.
That's a strong, right.
You asked for it. But you picking fights with you just think he won't Holla back at you.
But now you got to put yourself in a position where you are that dude, right? Like I'm not necessarily a dude that's gonna comment on anybody's page.
No.
But
Unless it's support.
yeah, unless it's support.
Definitely not celebrity bullshit. I definitely won't do that.
Well, unless it's smooth.
Or if it's in, or if it's in response to an opinion-based statement, a question they make. Like he was making an opinionated comment on how we should treat.
Well, no, that wasn't his page though. He was responding to something.
He was responding to how LeVar Ball and
So that wasn't
John
his
Moran-
page.
But he was just responding to that.
He was a comment in the page.
Yeah.
He was a
And this
comment
other guy was just another comment
on the his.
Nah, this is effort, bro.
And it wasn't a comment related to what Drake was commenting about. He went to some ghostwriter shit.
I thought that was hilarious.
Right.
there.
So it'd be one thing
Right.
if he was.
I thought it was hilarious.
I think Drake
taking
did
his-
too. I think Drake thought it was hilarious, which is the reason why he probably was like,
everything from start to finish.
wait a minute.
I'm Drake.
What exactly? I'm Drake. What's your girl look like?
And she's actually fine.
She's a beautiful girl. I'm following her. And I'm DMing her. He DM'd her.
He did.
Yeah. And the husband knows. And here's the thing.
They got a quick 5 minutes of fame. That she signed up to Twitter, I think today. I just saw it, and already got deleted. She couldn't handle it. They
was too
roasted
much.
her. They roasted her.
Yeah, it was too much.
They roasted her.
Yeah, she's too easy.
Here's the thing, though. I think about Drake in these battles. He doesn't play checkers. He plays chess. And today, my man and his wife may be in the best of positions. They may very well be in the greatest of relationships.
Well, they should have handled this. This was an opportunity. First and foremost, two things. A, this was an opportunity of a lifetime, and they could have capitalized from this if they wanted to.
Just tried.
I think they
Got
tried.
on that ass.
I feel like they tried.
Yeah, but horribly. In the way that like a Commodore would try. Like come on, man. Like you didn't try. You didn't ask anybody. You didn't give it any
just
time.
posted
You
him
didn't-
DMing.
You didn't think. You guys didn't come together.
And he was more excited than she was.
He was.
Yo, you should have gave that at least a day. At least a day. Sat down, thought about it. What we gonna do? Let's capitalize. Let's make some money off of this shit. Let's try to do something.
Get featured on the song. Become a bar.
And then there's a part that is like, but this is Drake though. My girl does look good.
That's very reassuring while your relationship is in great standings. However, if there's ever a chink in the armor,
Yo.
and you fuck around with the fuck around, and she got enough reason to be mad, she gonna remember, I have a direct line to Drake.
But she doesn't unless I continue to fuck around. Like, why am I posting? Why am I continue to post? This motherfucker's gonna come to the city at some point in time. He's gonna remember me.
But again,
My last name is very easy, dog.
could very well be in a great relationship. He's confident in his relationship that, like, regardless if it's Drake or anybody else, J. Cole made a statement like that in one of his bars. I don't care who's in the DMs.
I feel like that's how it would be.
Yeah, she's with me. And again, while it is good, you're right. But there's shit is valleys and peaks.
I understand.
I just don't want a nigga like Drake waiting in the wings.
This is what, that's what I'm saying. Like, personally,
Because he's mad at-
He
'cause
wouldn't
he's
be
mad at
waiting
me.
in the wings.
Nah, it don't have to be just funny shit to him. It don't matter. This is like he don't even have to fuck her, bro.
I think he forgot about that 2 seconds after he posted that.
That should be funny.
There's
Drake
no way.
forgot about that.
100%.
He didn't write a song.
No, he definitely didn't forget. I tell
He
you,
didn't write a song about that shit.
I can't wait to
You
hear
don't think
it.
he has at least 2 bars dedicated to what just happened today?
Oh, I'm gonna definitely.
and
I'm
I think-
listening.
I
I'm
think
listening for it.
It's not about this couple. It's about setting the tone for you other niggas.
Yeah.
in my
No, I get
comments.
that. I get that.
Yo,
I get that.
I will come to your home.
anybody. I'll come at anybody.
You think I didn't see this tweet or you
saw you.
randomly post? You just
I
think
went
you
to
could
your
do it?
girl's page.
Boom.
And
I didn't even holler back at you.
Yeah.
Fam, this is the thing that I'm saying. Personally, I can give a fuck about this, right? But as a regular human being, it's fucking Drake, bro. At some point in time, he's coming to that city. He's gonna remember. You wanna know why? Because I would. If I spent the time to go follow your girl, and she's fine,
Yeah, but
My nigga, I'm bookmarking.
And he has
It's
the
bookmarked.
resources to send the backstage passes.
Yo, Chubb,
Just
remember next time we're in Ohio.
I'm saying though, you don't think that this happens to him anytime he posts anything?
But he doesn't do this.
Exactly my point.
Shit was
But when he
fire.
does, you gotta be like, yo.
But this is my point. This is what
If Drake's in town, where you at? You home today early?
I feel like so it's either one of two things to me.
If she my lady, she can't even go to work that day. Nigga. I'm locking the doors from the outside. Like, you got to jump out the third floor window to get to this motherfucker. Like, no, we in quarantine. Where's he at? He's a city away? No, I don't want him in this state.
Either it really got to him, that bar really got to him, that he had to be this petty. Because think about that.
Talking about my son again.
Nah.
But think about that. Think about how many comments he gets in his post, and you've never seen him do this before. At least I haven't.
That's why I think he just picked one.
At least I haven't.
But this is the thing this is what Drake does. This is the problem with these type of celebrities, that you can't be analyzing, like psychoanalyzing them, right? Because they'll do some shit. Like, nobody expected Will Smith to just smack the shit out of Chris Rock. Like, it just never happened. Like, that's just something you just never expected to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just
True.
The greatest Oscar.
You can't be psychoanalyzing these famous people. They're explosive. They're just little explosive little lights that
With
are
the
here.
resources.
Yeah, and we're flies. We're flies that just gravitate into the little lights, and then they burn out, and then we go to the next light.
Or every now and then, fly get too close, zap.
Exactly.
I really don't think there's nothing personal.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it's more about the just a quick reminder. I am that nigga. I see what y'all are doing out here.
Right.
Not even on my page,
They're clowning on my
but
name.
in my comments on other people's page. I just want to let you know, I could pull a trigger.
Right.
And I'm not even coming at you. Going for your loved one. I'm going for the hearth of your house, bro. This your backbone?
Do you see why I'm death prep now? You just said exactly why I had to learn how to death prep. Because
people are gonna come for your family.
100%. At some point in my life, when I was like super conspiracy theory, I thought that I had so much knowledge that the CIA was gonna come for me.
Said I know too much.
I know too much.
I gotta get ready to deal
so
with
I have
losses.
to. If they're not gonna come for me, they're gonna come for my loved ones.
Right.
I have to be able to kill you so that I can continue with my mission.
That's it.
Right.
That's what death prep.
I must move on.
That's what death prep is.
You will be remembered, but the mission must go on.
Don't worry about it. I will resurrect you sometime.
Now imagine that kind of determination with Drake's resources.
I hear you.
He's just like, I gotta go and kill your family, bro. I don't know.
That's the other thing. Is that
trolling shit is whacking.
100%. I believe that was just trolling, right? That was just Drake being Drake trolling, right? But then you know that this motherfucker has resources,
Infinite.
right? Like, he doesn't have to go to your city.
No. Send little baby to your city. You'll never see it coming. You just won tickets to the little baby concert. It's like, oh shit, that's crazy. One ticket.
Crazy, bro.
OVO limo though.
One ticket.
One
be
ticket.
crazy.
OVO limo.
When has anybody ever won one
That's it.
ticket?
One backstage pass.
And it won't even be Drake backstage.
Well,
It'll be
Drake.
Future.
The worst.
The worst. It'll be the worst. It'll be Future. Not him. Anybody.
Yeah, I'll take Drake. No, this fucking Future album.
Right?
Oh my god.
It'll be Future backstage, bro. It'll be the worst thing in the world.
Butt made a pee-pee. That's a bar on his album.
You want to listen to it?
I fucked her in a butt made a pee-pee.
That sounds like a bar in most of his albums.
That's
I think so.
But yeah, so now Drake sends Future to your city.
With cheekbones and fucking braids and shit.
2 backstage passes, women only.
Come on, man.
It's not Drake, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go out there and have a with eyes just for you.
Nah,
Terminator shit.
Drake responds, hope you're having fun tonight. He sees it.
I hope you see. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future, nigga. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, now
That's the thing, man. It's just, there's too much. There's too much that can happen.
I'm glad he
beyond your
fucking
control.
did it. Good for him. I'm glad Drake did that shit.
You know what, to
Tired
be
of people
honest,
free to fuck
I'm
with
gonna be
everybody.
honest. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I don't know how y'all gonna take this, but everything that's going on has been so fucking fascinating to me because I read about all this shit. I read about all this shit when I was younger. Yo, billionaires have been entertaining us for like the past week and a half.
Oh God,
that's insane. They've been showing their asses.
They've been
showing themselves.
Where do we start?
It's been out of control.
We got Twitter and Elon.
I love what's happening.
We got Will with the smack. We got Drake and trolling.
I love everything that's happening. I think everything is fucking beautiful. I think people should pay attention.
I don't know how much beauty is in there.
Well, because people aren't paying attention, man. People are allowing their feelings to get intertwined with what's going on instead of like being like, oh shit.
I guess I'm at a point where I'm getting concerned that as a whole, we're more concerned about the entertainment.
Yeah,
like we're seeing that more than what's happening, bro.
That's who we are.
Shit happening right now.
Who we are.
Like, did you
as
know,
Americans,
like elections going on right now? I don't know.
I didn't even know that was happening.
That happening? Little primaries and shit like that.
Are they TikToking?
No,
then nobody knows.
I don't have TikTok,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't even know. But you're right.
If they're not TikToking or Twittering. I know Elizabeth Warren was out there almost taking a shit on herself, screaming and shit.
Theatrics, jeez.
The theatrics.
Yo, son,
I don't think that's theatrics, though.
Yo, son, come on, man.
This
come
role.
on, it's fucking Elizabeth. You know where she lives?
I know that she's still a woman, though. This Roe v. Wade.
Nah, fam.
Oh yeah, see, I see that.
That's a serious thing.
I see.
Oh no, it is a serious thing. But I don't think it's.
There's definitely people taking it very, very serious. I can see how I can't even imagine how women are taking it because I'm not even nearly close to that. But I'm sure I can sympathize because there are areas that we can't cross as people of color. And to me, that's one of the areas where I wish I would be like, I can tell the world, stop. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're confusing the shit out of me before we continue with this conversation. I need to understand what's going on. But obviously I can't. But it's just one of those things. But aside from that, that lady's out of control. That lady's out. I think she does feel something. I think genuinely there's something there. But that's
100% theatrics.
No, I think
100% theatrics.
There's a greater, like the theatrics. I think we see is probably the hidden political agenda of how to influence society to expand the Supreme Court so that it has equal amount of Democrats and Republicans and shit like that. But I'm going to stand on this hill about Roe v. Wade because it is actually vital.
Yep.
It is a really big decision for a nation. And I'm going to be theatrical. And I'm not just going to push for female right or women's right to choose. But I'm also going to say, well, on top of that, we should be thinking about expanding the court. And we should be doing that. And
my problem with her and all the rest of them doing the little, that's why I keep calling it theatrics. My issue is that when Obama was in office, they controlled the House, the Senate, and they had the presidency. Right now, they have the same thing. They could have been codified this into law and still have not done that.
Nope.
So now the question is, how much did you really care about it when you could have done something about it, and then you wait and didn't, and now you wait until you hear it leaked.
Oh yeah, we working on this side. We working on this side,
and so that's why I'm calling it theatrics. That's the only reason why, because they've had the opportunity to solidify this to make it a law so that they can't reverse it, and they have never done it. So that's why it's like, I think this is just a push because I think that Democrats are afraid they're about to get swept out by Republicans, and so this is a way to push their little agenda so that people vote blue.
And I can see that, and then I'll go on the flip side of it and say theatrics on the conservative side. 100%. Tell me how the conservative judges who are pro less government control drafting provisions that would then grant government control over a woman's right to choose. Like, how does that? How do you do both?
I'm not a woman. I'm not going to tell you what to do. No, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going. I'm not a woman. I'm not going to control. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body.
I have just so many questions about, and it's not from the physiological aspect. It's not about the medical aspects of it. I just, from a legal standpoint, I just question when a fetus has rights. I don't get, when do you have rights? Because in my mind, I'm like, they don't real illegal immigrants don't have American rights. So how can somebody without a social security number or a birth certificate or an address or never been in a census, and this is a fetus, I know, and I'm, again, pro-life, anti-abortion, that's your business. I'm not qualified to speak on making a choice, but from a legal standpoint, how does a Supreme Court determine citizen rights for a fetus? If it's not, or you don't know if this fetus is going to kill him or even come to full term. Mm-hmm. It's I can't. I pray for the women. I do think that the women should have the right to do what they choose to do. That's my stand on it. I'm not quite. And the people making a decision, they're not fucking women.
No, they're all men. What's it like two? There's like two women in there now.
Amy, no, there's 3 women on a justice.
No,
and Bear, the last female they squeezed in on the Republican side, but one woman I think is, well, it's been leaked, so we don't know who. Really right. But I just, to your point, why do I care if a woman I don't know is choosing to not go through the process of birth? Mm-hmm. She can have a billion reasons, mm-hmm. the same amount of reasons as to why she wants to give birth. I don't know.
And I haven't spoken to this lady.
I haven't spoken to. I don't. And then all they're going to do is just release the federal precedents so that states can individually decide if they're anti-abortion or not.
Yep.
And then those states that decide we're going to be anti-abortion, people like us, women in our, financial status, they're going to be fine if they want to have an abortion, right? They're going to go to the next state. They can fly to another country. So my thing is that changing this precedence, we put those at the most risk at more risk.
I think Rhode Island just came out and said we're anti that law. So full abortion.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pro-choice.
Pro-life. I think blue states are usually pro-choice.
Choice. Yeah. Not pro-life. Pro-life is
pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Yeah, I think blue states don't have a problem. I think it's those red states that are primarily in trouble.
If we lived in Alex's socialist utopia,
there we go.
No, I'm not shitting on you. I'm being serious. If we did, and we had these institutions like universal health care, after birth care, education systems, where citizens, women, had the resources to live a full life, maybe not take trips to Paris every month, but live a full life, raise their kid. If we spent the money we spent on war,
100%
on those institutions,
100%,
then I wouldn't say I would still make a decision about it, but I could see more like, hey, even if you do have this kid and you're physically capable to do it, society has enough institutions to raise this baby in a full way. But we don't have that shit at all.
That's what I keep saying. What did Pac say? We got money for wars, but not money to feed the poor.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked yourself why?
Because war makes money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but have you ever war makes money, and have you ever tried to follow the money? Like why do you think? I don't think that this Supreme Court decision has anything to do with the Supreme Court decision. And maybe I'm getting out of whack here, and you guys can tell me to shut the fuck up. But
are you going into classism?
No, I just don't think. Well, a little bit of that. Like, but I just don't think, like, there's certain things that happen, right? There's certain things that happen, and there's certain things that have been happening in the news lately that to me just don't seem like real things. Not that this isn't a real thing. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they don't seem to be real things. However, the way that they're being exploited is very really affecting other people's lives.
And they have real consequences.
Right. So when you say when you say why, you're like, all right, so why is it my feed? Why am I, and you start to follow that. Like, have you guys tried to figure out, like, I really don't think this has anything to do with Roe versus Wade.
I think it's more of a classism, keep poor. That's what I get.
Okay.
I'm having this conversation with someone, and they're like, what if you did ban abortion? Could America go like China?
Yeah.
Where you can't give birth to a girl anymore? Because it's just massive amount of just an influx in population, and now resources are depleted. You really don't have enough room and resources to take care of your country. So no more girls. I don't ever want to get to that state. like, what the fuck?
But even that is dictated, right?
And it's dictated, and it keeps poor.
We have a ton of land.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not being. You just can't utilize that land. We're growing as a human population tremendously, right?
I keep hearing the opposite.
There are less babies being born in this generation, the current generation.
There are less but if you look at how we're growing as a people, as like people on land, we have more people on land now than we did 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Where we have more people on land now than we did 1,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by people, like, the population is growing immensely. I think that even that is being overshadowed. There's a statement about overpopulation, which I don't necessarily agree with, but
not even Elon Musk agrees with that. I just heard him talk about that.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of narratives that are being pushed down to us. For better or for worse, that spark interesting conversations, but also push people's emotions towards different things.
Picking a side, basically.
It drives society.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, society starts to, almost like a wave, starts to pick up these big topic items, and it starts to ride them shits into shore. You know what I'm saying? And develop a beach off of that motherfucker.
It got leaked. We don't know if that leak is on the conservative Republican side because, again, primaries are underway. And it's, well, guess what? Us Republicans, we got that Roe v. Wade.
Elizabeth Warren seems to know everything.
Now she's passionate.
Yeah.
She's passionate. So we'll know
exactly where it's coming from.
We love you, ladies,
100%.
women.
Solidarity.
That's what
and your bodies. I love your bodies.
Love your bodies.
100%.
Pre and post birth, you still a little more wiggle for the giggle.
Love your body.
But that's what I wish. I wish we lived in a society where it was like only women can vote on this.
Who voted on this?
The Supreme Court.
Right.
Not us.
9 people appointed by, and this is another that was crazy.
So we see. These are the things that I have a lot of questions. These are the things that don't make sense to me. So there's things that we vote on, but there's things that we don't vote on?
Don't vote on. 6 out of the 9 Supreme Court justices were appointed by presidents who lost the popular vote.
I don't see. That's fine.
How? But they speak for the people. They make laws that speak for the people.
That's the problem.
Right. That is the problem. 9 people.
And that to me, that's not the problem. To me, that's by design.
Oh, it's 100%.
It's a problem if I try to inject myself in the system and I try to see that I'm part of the system, then that's the problem. But if I really think about this shit from like a human perspective. We're all made out of stardust. That's just the fucking system that was created. And I think because that system was created, there's things that have to happen on a regular basis to ensure that that system continues to strive.
Yep.
Right?
We getting back to that
100%
classism now.
100%
Has to.
agreed.
It has to continue to go.
I agree.
And in order for
For
you
the
to make
people who prosper most within that system.
Not even. We're gonna prosper regardless. There's people that are gonna prosper regardless. It doesn't matter what happens. This is not about us. This is about this system. We're gonna do our thing regardless. I think this.
Well, I don't know that though.
I think I'm going too far. Maybe I'm going too far. I believe. This is my opinion.
It's your optimism. I hear your optimism coming.
My opinion. My opinion is there are certain entities, certain people, whatever you want to call it, that are not benefiting from. We see that way, and I understand why we see that way. It makes sense. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense and people are stupid. I'm just saying that there's a very thin veneer of shit of society. And that society needs to thrive. It needs to continue to go. A lot of people believe that shit needs to go. A lot of us believe that shit needs to continue to go.
Yeah.
And it just needs to go. And I think shit needs to happen in society, like this Roe versus Wade shit, like the Will Smith shit. Like shit needs to happen in society in order for society to continue to go. I think a lot of people believe that. I think a lot of entities believe that. Now, whether they benefit from it or not, that has nothing to do with them. What it has to do with is making sure that society continues to thrive.
I hear that.
In order for this to go, like
it's combustion, right? You need a certain amount of spark to keep that, like a chain, a locomotive, right? You got to throw some coal in that fire to keep it moving forward.
100%.
My thing is, who controls the coal?
Yep.
And who controls the direction of the train?
Right.
So I agree with what you're saying. We need a bit of controversy and shakeup, and one of two things are going to happen.
Right.
The people that are in power are going to use that coal to continue to push it in the direction that they see fit, even though as a result, because we're moving, we are going to continue to evolve, or the people take this shit back and we move it that way. Right. As a response to this, like Roe v. Example like Roe v. Wade. The response so overwhelming from the people that it changes the direction, even though we're always going forward. Right, changes the direction is what I'm hoping.
Have you ever been around a bunch of kids? Like, have you ever thrown like a kid party and been around a bunch of kids, and there's gonna be like either a fight or an argument, and you like throw either candy or you throw some other type of situation,
some distraction.
Just another type of situation. These motherfuckers just like, bow.
Forgot what happened.
Forgot that they were just about to karate kick each other, right?
About to kill each other.
But they made karate kick each other in this other situation that's going on over here. But you just made sure that they have another half an hour before they get to that other situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made them go to that other. They may get there. But this is about, I got another half an hour, 45 minutes. I got another drink in me.
I'm going to respond to it differently, too.
Like, you don't benefit from what happens to those kids. Because at the end of the day, you can be like, all right, Tron, we're going home. Shut the fuck up, Angel, we're going home. Sit. Enough. I can't get that other drink, man. I gotta go home. Right? Or you could stop conversation. Right? You could always be like, you're going to sit over there, you're going to sit over there, until I feel like going home. Right? But you don't benefit or not benefit from what goes on there. That's just what's going on there.
But now I could get negatively impacted because they do get to the drop kicking. And now he done fell and broke his guy. He got the Dave Chappelle on.
Yep.
God damn it. I should have changed the direction it is. Now I gotta go to the hospital tonight. So I don't know how we got on the same plane, but we did.
It doesn't change. It changes a week and maybe changes a weekend for you, right? Like,
you gotta say that to my HSA account, my nigga. I don't know. You're right. HSA account. But no, I get what you're saying. It's necessary. These things, these sparks, to keep society moving, even if we are quarreling and arguing. it's still, like you said with the conversation, it's creating the debate to make people think about the other side and then what they really want, or hopefully in an optimistic place. I'm just really concerned about this decision right here and how it's going to impact the people who don't have the resources in a country that could provide it.
Oh,
they're just
gonna drive to blue states. Yeah. Hey, it's gonna take some gas money now. On top of the gas money. Yeah. On top of the 750. Is it 750 anymore? How much is it now?
In Cali, I don't know. Here it's like 4.3, 4.5 a gallon.
I'm talking about abortion.
Oh, that's like
I don't know nothing about that one. Way last time,
it's like 500.
Nah, I was like 750 back in the day.
Oh, damn.
Wasn't it? I don't know how much. I don't know.
It really does, and this is allegedly.
Allegedly,
I think it matters about the time in which you go for the procedure.
Oh, okay.
You know, earlier the cheaper, later the more
2
expensive.
pills versus 8 pills.
Right. That's crazy because I thought you was talking about gas, and I'm like, yeah, y'all been in the grocery store lately?
No,
Nah, but I've been at Home Depot. Home Depot's skyrocketing already, bro.
Bro, you gotta look at the price of. Almond milk is cheaper than milk.
What's a gallon costing right now?
Like $5.89, some shit like that for milk. The hood.
That's crazy.
The hood, bro. Almond milk is cheap. Like that argument we used to have about like, organic costs too much. It don't exist no more. Might as well go organic.
Might as well, right.
Shit's all of
it's all going, and that's another thing where it's like, to your point, got to keep shit going. A little spark here, a little spark there. Motherfuckers is missing the fact that we are bleeding at the register right now. I spent $148 the other day, and it was like,
anytime I get close to $80, I'm like, what the fuck did I just buy? And it's like 3 things.
Yo, I didn't buy no meat.
And you spent 100 and what?
$48.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Man,
Now, don't get me wrong. I did treat myself to some healthier versions of snacks. You know, the vegan thing, coconut base, and I got the expensive peanut butter.
okay.
Because regular peanut butter was like $5.69. And I might as well pay $7.
Might as well get $2. Yeah, you get $2 left. I got the better peanut butter, $2 more.
$2 more.
Yeah,
It was like $1.50 more. But the berries, the fruit, avocados right now, they try to hit me $7.99.
What?
No, $6.99 for 3 small Haas avocados.
You going to Market Basket?
No, this was at I had to go to the bank, so I had to go to Stop and Shop.
Nah, man. You know what? Dave's Market Basket.
Dave's Market Basket. I'm at the point now where I go to Whole Foods because
Whole Foods too.
I may not like Bezos,
Stop and
but
Shop.
I got the Prime. I get a discount on that. I'm going that route. But yeah, the price of food right now is going nuts.
It's crazy.
Like, whew. Again, we talking about fucking Will Smith. We're talking about Dave Chappelle getting beat up.
100%. We're not paying attention.
Episode 188, Grown Pains Podcast.
That was 90?
I can't believe that was 90.
That's crazy, man. Time flies when Juan is gone. We miss you, brother.
Still can't believe Juan is gone.
We love you.
Yeah, we're going on Friday. I'm super excited now. I got to bring Tron. I got to bring Tron.
I got to bring Tron.
Yeah, which theater?
The same one, yeah. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Yo,
nah,
don't fall asleep.
I'm gonna rest. Yo, Morbius is a good thing to fall asleep on.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes, it was.
That is the worst Marvel movie I didn't see. I'm so happy I have no recollection of that because that shit was, from what I even tried to watch it on a Fire Stick. I was like,
Yeah, no, fuck it.
Saying it for me, it's trash.
It wasn't good.
All right.
I like the idea of it, but it wasn't good. Moon Knight just finished, so I'm going to catch up on that now. Not just done.
Another one where I'm like,
No?
Loki's better than Moon Knight.
Whoa.
And I wasn't in love with Loki. But Moon Knight for me is just, I have to remember it's Disney.
Yeah.
It's not Marvel. It is Marvel.
It is but Marvel is owned by
Marvel Disney TV. And I'm just like, this shit is like too childish right now. Fucking Ozarks last season. I'm out here. I'm out laundering money.
Don't tell me.
Nah, I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
You watched it already?
Nope.
Oh,
yet.
you know I did.
The last 3?
Not yet.
I'm done.
Good?
There's 3 of them. That's it.
Yeah, there's only 3.
What you mean?
Shit, then I'm down to the last one.
3 episodes?
Yeah, the one that just came out on Friday. It's last 3 episodes, and it's,
Nah,
it's done.
There's more than 3.
No, the whole season. There's more than 3.
Nah, there was 7 more episodes, bro.
No, the last whatever season. What season is this? 4.
4.
There's
14
like
episodes.
14 episodes, but
They
they
released
just
7.
they released the last 3.
Nah,
Yes.
they released the last 7 last. Are you sure?
100%.
So I'm down to my last one then.
100%. Check it out.
Maybe I'm
Whatever's
talking
up
about
there right
another
now it's over.
series. Okay.
Whatever's up there now, and it was all right. Cool, Ozarks, ended cool. I gotta
So
put
maybe
y'all
I
on.
didn't-
Like you seen the last episode?
Yeah, like the one where it comes up with like.
Hey.
No, I'm not about the show, but just like where you don't get that continue to next episode. You get the suggested.
Oh yeah, you get the
I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I gotta
All
put y'all onto
I'll be
this
done.
this shit called From, and they did the opposite of what the Ozarks did. From the first 8 episodes, I was hooked. I was like, oh my God, I don't even watch horror TV shows.
Right.
But this shit was so fire. And in the last 2 episodes, I'm like, it's bullshit. But
Get me out of here.
like they didn't have to leave so many questions unanswered.
Right.
I was gonna watch the second season anyway, but they forced it. Now I have to watch the second season, but it's just like, damn, y'all dropped the ball on that last one. But From was fire.
That's crazy. What we doing, Alex?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Alex to cut on that Future album.
No, why?
Fuck
You just
bullshit.
you just said it was trash. Why would I listen to that?
I'm not
said
gonna
it was
say
trash?
no. I just said that bar was trash, but I'm just starting to put Future in like that's who Future is.
10 episodes. I told you, there's 10. There's only 10
There's
episodes.
only 10.
Yeah.
There's only 10, and then they just dropped the last 3 on Friday.
Perfect. All right, so I'm down to my last one then.
They're
That's
done.
crazy.
Oh shit! I just closed it after.
But yeah, the Future does what he does. Future is drugs, fuck boy, money, cars.
That's what they are.
That's it. I don't learn anything.
Right.
Like Pusha T is just drugs, right? All drugs, but I learn
Okay.
when I listen to him.
Yeah.
There's lyrical,
push it?
not about just drug, or I don't learn how to be your kingpin, but I learn different rap, cadence, approach. And stuff.
Right.
Future is just like I fucked her in the butt, made her pee, and I'm like, why is that?
That's Future, bro.
Why is that okay? Like,
Predicted to sell 1 million copies.
and probably get 2 more baby mamas.
100%. Shout out to Future, bro.
There's a whole album about how he
yeah.
shits
Shout out
on
to Future's baby
women.
mamas. Yeah.
And
Future's
way too
Future
much.
baby mamas.
I don't know how he's.
future baby mamas.
I don't know how he's sustaining what he's sustaining, but whatever. To each his own.
Of course.
Power to you, my brother.
He's probably on that Rick Ross shit, and he probably own mad Wingstops. Future's probably rich, for real.
Future's probably.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, he's fucking with Drake. He's probably rich for real, bro.
him, Nick Cannon, you know what I mean?
Hey, that's another one. That's another one.
Nick Cannon never loses, bro.
And he just does it with so much
Grace.
grace.
Right?
You just forget, like, how many kids does Nick Cannon have?
Yo, when I went to America's Got Talent for a Smooth Joint, and they were like, cut. Nick Cannon, we fucked up in the background. We got to do it again. He was like, all right. He would just come back on and just one take the shit. And they'll be like, cut. Sorry, Nick Cannon, something lighting. He'd be like, all right, it's fine. And come back on and do it again differently.
Let's get paid.
That was crazy.
You know,
Flawless, bro.
Wow.
There's no ums or no, he knew your name.
100% got it.
Got it.
They're paying me for this. I'm professional. He hit me when I knew Nick Cannon was smooth as fuck. He was like, what do you say to people when you have all of these kids from all these different baby mamas? And he was like, well, you know, I just think that who taught us that this Western philosophy way of one wife, one kid is the way in which you're supposed to live your life? And I was like, who did?
That shit was brilliant to you?
It was brilliant because there are other countries where you're allowed to have multiple wives, multiple kids.
The Mormons are.
Mormons,
country. Yeah.
Islam, African nations, where this is the thing. Like, nah, we spreading it around, baby. We got to
100%.
populate.
You got to pop.
I was just like, but nah, I guess he's not rural. The way he said it, though, he said his man smooth. Future's like, man, I just got that road there and another baby mama. Look at buying baby mamas.
He related a rollie to another baby
No,
mama.
I just made that shit up, but I feel like that's what he was saying.
That's hilarious, bro.
I feel like that. That's fire, man.
That's hilarious.
Damn, 188.
188.
188.
I love it, man. Good talk, fellas.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Bo, come back, man.
Come on, please, brother. Don't
Jesus
get
Christ.
trapped out there with that Cali bud, getting Cali love.
Yeah, come back. 188. Like, follow, share, comment, all that shit.
All that good shit.
We out.
Peace.
Vote for your local representatives. Go to the polls. Let your voice be heard. Others are speaking for you.
That's right.
We love you, ladies.